If it's a title shot at some type of weight class, great. You know, I win at 170.
Max have to stay lightweight, bro. We are like too big for him.
You know, at the end of the day, if it's there, I got history with the 155 champ, and I know that he probably wants to get down back. So if it's a title shot at either weight classes, sign your boy up. If it's a Conor McGregor fight again.
So I don't think he cares who's next. If it's the number one guy the UFC picks, that's who we fight. So, yeah, it's like you come, let's see what you can do. We'll prepare for you too, just like everybody else.
Ray Longo called Islam Makhachev one of the best capable of any challenge after his latest win.
His accolades speak for themselves.
Merab Dvalishvili stopped short of calling Islam Makhachev the greatest of all time, but praised his skill and unbeaten record.
No, he's one of the GOAT, I believe, because for me, GOAT is John Jones. You know, he has the most title defense, and he was fighting for title fights and main events, and you know, so Islam is great fighter, and you know, I mean, he's one of the GOAT, but the real GOAT is John Jones, you know. But yeah, all the respect for Islam Makhachev.
Carlos Prates said he is unimpressed with Islam Makhachev's fighting style, and the best strategy is taking him down early.
I don't like, but of course it's a really intelligent way to fight, you know, like really smart and really effective already. I think it's boring, you know, like I don't like watch fights at all, like striking fights or some of friends, of course I like to watch, but especially if there's some grappler fighting, I don't like to watch. I like to watch like people's getting knocked out, a lot of action and things like that. And it's crazy because now I really like to train grappling, you know, more than striking, but I don't like to watch. Yeah, but I don't like to watch like grappling and fighters go to the ground and bored fight. I don't like. So I think that the easier way, like not easier, but the less hard way is knocking him out.
Max Holloway did not hold back on Conor McGregor, calling their fight fair but anticlimactic. McGregor old and frail.
It was big fight night feels. It was great. Facing anybody, I mean, this wasn't my first time facing somebody, you know, double digits later. At the end of the day, with Conor, it was a fight, you know what I mean? It was just another fight to me. The fight went the way it went. It's, you know what I mean? I feel bad for the fans. And it's just crazy, you know, for the dude to be talking about how it was slippery because of the dry ice or whatever. I don't know what he's talking about because I didn't fall. And him talking about this generational beating, dude is delusional because to me, he felt slow in there. He felt slow, he looked old. If there was gonna be a generational beating, it wasn't gonna be on his end, I'll tell you that much. It wasn't gonna be coming from his side. So at the end of the day, I feel bad for the fans. It was a big event. A lot of people spent a lot of money.
Another voice agreed, noting Islam Makhachev is at the peak of his career, making him difficult to bring down.
Do you think that Prates has what it takes to beat him?
No.
Do you think Islam retires?
I think Carlos Prates is a stud, but I think style-wise, Makhachev, he's just going to get so close so fast and just get him to the ground so often. It's going to be a tiresome fight of just trying to keep Makhachev off of him. But I think Carlos is a tough fight. I think he was fighting Ian Gary, then maybe he would have won that fight. But I think style is just coming to play in that case.
What did you make of Max Holloway's comments? Do you think he is an elite fighter? Should he be next for Islam Makhachev, or does that spot belong to a welterweight contender? Drop your thoughts below and subscribe for more MMA news. Luke Thomas named Michael Morales as one of the toughest possible challenges for Islam Makhachev at welterweight.
Solve this problem. Have him fight it out. There's an interesting style clash there, and maybe a guy like Morales can really dial in his weight cut, dial in his weight loss, you know, get it really done the right way and then just have the performance of his life, and you begin to see Islam just fades. Or maybe Islam gets his ass beat for 3 rounds and then stages an incredible comeback because you're right about the weight cut. You'd get a great fight by that, and then it would be an incredible testament to the iron will of a guy like Islam. But like, to me, this is what makes the fight interesting. Imagine he fights Michael Morales and then absolutely fucks him up, right? Like just absolutely goes in there and just moves downhill on him, lowers the boom, whatever metaphor you'd like to use. I wonder how perception might change after that.
Max Holloway tried to de-escalate, saying the comments seemed to be someone else's attempt to stir up a feud.
Bad boys are heavy. Don't tell me I don't know what they feel like. I gotta do his homework on your boy. He was right about one thing. This heavy. Oh my God. Don't ever come for my throat, bro. Especially when you're hiding behind another man IG. It is what it is. You guys can be mad at me for saying what I said. Don't you ever come for my neck and tell me I don't know how heavy it feels. Brother, I got a bunch of those bad boys at my house with me. I need to actually go to UFC.com and buy the Conor McGregor belt because they did not give me that. I'm actually missing the money belt, so you messing with the wrong one. The fuck I fight him for? Y'all must have forgot. People are gonna get rage baited by it, but don't you ever tell me I don't know how heavy those bad boys feel. You got so mad about how I feel. Because you guys do know when you become a double champ, the UFC don't give you the second belt. Half of you guys wouldn't know shit. Most of you guys don't know shit about MMA.
The rivalry between Islam Makhachev and Max Holloway escalated after Holloway questioned Makhachev's win in his latest fight.
Why the fuck do you have 2 belts? Aura. I mean, like, it is what it is, bro. I mean, like, you are, but you're not. That was temporary, but now you're just defending 1 belt, bro. Why you keep... I don't know, guys.
Unbeknownst, Sean Brady praised Islam Makhachev's evolution, but cautioned him about the challenges waiting at welterweight.
He struggles a little bit with the bigger guys. Like he's probably a little bit taller than me, but I'm definitely heavier than him. So he's just got to fill out a little bit more at 170.
Sean Brady picked Carlos Prates and Michael Morales as Islam Makhachev's top opponents, not Max Holloway.
Yeah, Prates is definitely the most deserving, and then I think Morales would be the toughest test for Islam, though. So, but Prates is definitely next.
What does Michael Morales do from here? Does he just wait for the winner?
Him versus Shavkat, if Shavkat's coming back, or him versus Ian Gary. I think that makes sense.
Meanwhile, Islam Makhachev is not entertaining a fight with Max Holloway, citing the size difference between them.
Max have to stay lightweight, bro. We are like too big for him.
Yeah, I think so too.
And Max is a so nice person, I don't want to beat him.
Carlos Prates addressed doubt from UFC fans, saying fight night will prove why he earned this opportunity.
I think it's really important to get the title, to become a UFC champ, because I can prove the people's, no matter what the other people say about you, you know, you're gonna choose what you're gonna do in your life. Like, even if they say, you cannot be a champ or you cannot do this because you smoke or party or something like that.
Yeah.
You can prove everybody's wrong, you know, like.
Chael Sonnen agreed, saying Islam Makhachev has not reached that status yet, especially without facing other fighters of his caliber.
Beating Ian Gary cannot be the litmus test to be the greatest mixed martial of all time. Beating a guy with length and range and youth who wants to talk to you in between rounds and who does not want to upset you at all. He's just as fine you leaving here winner if that's important to you, and him not, as long as we leave here friends. Now, I would love to take the belt if you wouldn't mind giving me the belt. But I don't want to crack any eggs, even if it means I can have an omelet. Okay, beating that guy doesn't get you anointed. And in your minds, at one point, the GOAT was Rakhmonov, who has no losses. That's a better record. Who has a win over Ian Gary, or is Rakhmonov still the GOAT? Because he beat Ian Gary.
Max Holloway's remarks sparked backlash, and Islam Makhachev fired back directly. Makhachev wrote, "I don't know, bro, it's even too heavy to hold, but you don't understand, sorry." Holloway did not back down, responding again to defend his comments and clarify what he actually meant.
before he won his second title, he gave up his first title, and Ile already won the title before he even did it. So him having it, why? I ain't even gonna say nothing about him. We know somebody else runs his social media for him. I don't know, bro. It's even too heavy to hold, but you don't understand. I don't know what he meant by that. Guy who was tweeting for him. I kinda have an idea what it's like. I kinda know how heavy it feels, brother. Actually, wait, hold on. We can keep going if you like, bro. I can keep going to see how heavy these things are. These things are pretty heavy. Got some more coming. These things, it's heavy as shit. It's not replicas. You gotta do your homework if you think these are replicas, bro.
Arman Tsarukyan believes Islam Makhachev is in his prime and can beat anyone in the weight class.
You think he beats Carlos Prates?
Yes.
Morales?
I gotta watch Morales fights. I've seen a couple, but like I gotta watch all of them. I don't know right now who can beat Islam. Yeah, only maybe prime Usman, but he's gone. He's in 84 kg.
Max Holloway says he will fight anyone next, Islam Makhachev or a McGregor rematch.
The 70 Champs team is not liking what I said, which just blew my mind because I wasn't being disrespectful. I just was kind of caught off guard about the situation, and I just said what a lot of people was probably thinking. So I'm the bad guy, but it is what it is, you know. At the end of the day, if it's there, I got history with the 155 champ, and I know that he probably wants to get down back. So if it's a title shot at either weight classes, sign your boy up. If it's a Conor McGregor fight again, I sign the dotted line.
Tyron Woodley said Islam Makhachev and his team share a hardcore mindset, unfazed by anything.
The biggest fleck of all the Dagestani wrestlers is their discipline. That's what I admire the most about them. Khabib really set the tone. They're trying to get the career done without being defeated. They're trying to go undefeated. So if you look at their ability to dominate, you know what I mean, it's remarkable. When I look at a style and I look at like matching up against myself or guys that were in the league when I was at the top, I'm not gonna say I'm not that impressed. I am impressed with the discipline, but it wouldn't give me butterflies. There's certain guys that looking at a Carlos Condit, looking at a Robbie Lawler, looking at somebody that can knock you out and maybe take you down like a George St. Pierre. I just don't see that. But he is a great champion. I love his ability to stay focused and stay disciplined.
Conor McGregor fired back on social media over Max Holloway's comments. He wrote, "There's no way the most punched on face in UFC history, check the stats, is talking this way. What happened to this guy?" Carlos Prates revealed the offer his team accepted for his next fight, ending talk of a Holloway bout with Islam Makhachev.
Hunter Campbell, and of your manager Lucas and Hunter Campbell. Can I ask what was discussed, what was agreed upon in that meeting?
I'm the next for the title.
Okay.
Yeah, basically. Yeah,
that's it.
New contract. The next one for the title. And let's go.
On Islam Makhachev's GOAT status, Woodley said rankings come down to preference, but no one can deny his impact.
It's really perspective. You know, you look at Anderson, you look at John Jones, you look at Demetrius Johnson, you look at George St. Pierre. You got to put those guys there. And after that, I feel like it's preference. Some of these people that you see on there, like an Ilya Tapora or a Volkanovski or something like that, I'd be like, well, in that case, throw me in there if that's what we're doing. So I feel like he will go down as one of the goals just because, like I said before, their focus is discipline. Their focus is being consistent. And I don't see him easing off. They don't care if they wearing a nice suit. They don't care if they got girls all at their hotel room trying to come upstairs. They don't care about that stuff. All they care about is staying undefeated and dominating and winning. And Khabib said one thing that really stuck out. He said, anything you want, it takes discipline. Anything you want to get, it takes discipline. You want a girl, it takes discipline. You want money, it takes discipline. So something to be said about discipline. They don't have to do all the extras. They don't have to be all throwing cans at a press conference. All they got to do is keep winning, keep dominating.
Chael Sonnen added that beyond the records, Islam Makhachev needs a fight with elite competition like Shavkat Rakhmonov to be considered great.
Most beautiful record out there does still remain Rakhmonov's. The most dominant record out there belongs to Rakhmonov, who has finished every single opponent he has ever faced, one exception, Ian Gary, where Rakhmonov just went on to beat him. Used the time constraints and limits as his strategy. It sounds like he's done, I'm talking about Rakhmonov, it sounds like he's done everything that Islam's done, except not lose. So how do you become the GOAT?
Max Holloway says once obligations are done, he will return to the gym for his next fight.
What's next for me is the question that people have been asking me, and to be quite honest, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't know what's next. I don't know if, you know, we see Conor out there telling us, calling for me, want it to be next year. I'm down for that, but I don't know what UFC want, you know. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna go get back in the gym. You know, after I spend some time and enjoy my family, of course. We got some plans that I need to do and some family stuff I need to take care of. But if it's Conor next year, great. If it's a title shot at some type of weight class, great.
Luke Thomas seemed conflicted on Islam Makhachev's GOAT status, citing lackluster performances that fall short.
And people knew that Anderson was more technically skilled, but you know, it was a 20 pound jump, and like, how is this all going to go? And then he goes in there and just does magic tricks on him, and everyone afterwards was like, this is God in the form of a fighter. Islam needs something like that, dude. Like, it sounds too simplistic, but it's really true. The kinds of performances you have is, I'm not going to say as important as the nature of the wins themselves, but in terms of like getting people, including skeptics, even if they're former fighters, the way to get people to just really appreciate you is you don't necessarily have to get nothing but finishes, although that helps, but you have to fight in a way that they just find easy to appreciate.
Islam Makhachev says his focus stays on his weight class, taking on the toughest competition rather than chasing other names.
I don't know who I want to choose, you know, no matter who is them. Maybe let them fight. Why they not fight in this card to see who is the #1 contender, you know? But it's okay. I am happy we have some real contenders in this division. And these guys, Morales, Prates, Shavkat, they make me like training every day more hard. But because I see this is the real fighters who can give me good fights.
Ray Longo said Islam Makhachev's fights may not be spectacular, but he remains consistent and determined to achieve it all.
Done, and that's what makes a champion.
Arman Tsarukyan responded to the tension between Islam Makhachev and Max Holloway, siding against Holloway's take.
He's double champ, and he was a champion 155. So, and he never lose, you know, in 155. He's still like kind of ex-champion in 155 and current champion in 117. Makes sense.
Two different weight classes at the same time, or at two different points in his career. The whole two belts.
Yeah. I mean, it's good for marketing for the UFC. It's good.
Sure.
To have a double.
Javier Mendez says no matter who is next, the team will be prepared for that fight.
Who knows? You never know what happens behind the scenes, right? Maybe the management decides, no, this is not the right fight for us, or maybe we want more money, or maybe we want a different date. I mean, those things happen all the time. So it isn't something that you and I could control. It's what the UFC and the management of both fighters, can control. Then at the end of the day, it's up to the fighter to decide if what the manager puts in front of them is acceptable or not. So there's a lot of variables. That's why I hate saying, oh yeah, we're fighting. No, I don't. The UFC announces it. Forget it. Don't try to trick me, because if the UFC doesn't announce it, it's not happening.